Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the Amazon tool deals and checking out some of the items that I've found for this week. These are either going to be items that are on sale, items that even at their full price or list price I believe to be good deals, or items I find interesting and would like your guys' input on if you guys have used them. I'll also have all of these linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested with their own independent links, so they're easy to find. But then I'll have two additional links that says tools and tools continued. Those are going to be links to a long list of tools that I've went over in the past or other tools that I suggest, so that's all there for you guys. But if you guys enjoy today's video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. We do these videos every Friday. And if you guys have any brands or types of tools that you would like to see in future videos, please drop a comment down below. I will do my best to look for the deals on them. So first up, we were looking at the Railer bit holder keychain set. Railer is a brand that I came across probably a couple years ago now, and I have a couple of their bit holders and bits. I've been thoroughly impressed with them, been really happy with them, especially for the price. So this has a list price of $30. I don't think it ever really sells for $30. It's constantly on sale. It's at $18 right now. It even shows, even since November of last year, it was at $18.50, sat at $18.50 basically until February, the end of February, and it's been at this price since. But I think $18 is a good price for this. It's kind of a unique one, something that maybe if you're in construction or a specific type of work where you find yourself in awkward situations, but you use a bit screwdriver a lot, or impact driver a lot, or a drill a lot, but you don't want to carry a pocket of different bits or drill bits or a little container of them. This allows you to select your most common bits that you tend to find yourself using. You can clip it on your bag, you can clip it on your belt loop, whatever it may be. You can keep it on you at all times, and then you have access to those common bits or drill bits or whatever it may be very easily without having to carry anything large or bulky around or having a pocket full of junk, anything like that. And this is available from many no-name brand ones, and you can get these with tons and tons of adapters on it, so you can carry like 20 at the same time. I think that's kind of overkill. At that point, if you need that many, you should just carry a little container of bits. I don't think you, but this would be good, I think, for most people. On a daily basis, you're going to come across, maybe 5 different common types of bits that you would need. They do have this available in multiple different colors. You have black, green, a variation of all of their colors, the orange, and like the gold yellow. So here you can see an example. This person has a couple of the Railer bits, a nut driver, and a couple of drill bits. Obviously, you have to have the hex shank on the base of your drill bit. It can't just be the normal drill bit. There you can see all the different variations of bits or whatnot that you carry with this, and it's just spring loaded. You just pull back and it releases the bit, just kind of like some impact drivers and things like that. It just locks the bit in there and holds it, and then you just pull to release. Very simple product, very affordable product, very handy for a lot of those out there that do jobs like that, where you're constantly having to grab different bits and stuff. Here's like the one that I own. It's a little rubberized holder, holds a bunch of bits. Mine has a magnetizer and demagnetizer on the end. And here you can just see multiple other brands that have them. $25, $12. This one has way too many. I don't even know why at that point you would carry that many on a carabiner. I don't know. That's just overkill to me. At that point, I'd just have them in an organized box. They're probably easier to find, but that's just me. But there are tons of other brands out there available. But Railer is a brand that I've been using for the last couple years and been really impressed with their stuff. I wanted to mention I still think it's a good price at $18. It has 4.7 stars at 639 ratings. Here we're looking at something from Namoka. I don't know the brand, never used it. Thought it was interesting after seeing multiple ads from, Stupid Simple Tools, I think it is, SST. They have a thread checker that you can mount on. You have this magnetic mount that you can mount on the wall, and then these plates basically magnetize to it so you can grab them and go. Really cool concept, really handy to have around, but they're expensive. I want to say $100 from them, so that's why I never picked them up. And if you're going to the store, it is simple enough that you can just grab whatever hardware you have at home. If you need more of it and you don't know the size, you can take it to the hardware store. Most of the time, Lowe's, Home Depot, things like that, they have the checkers in the aisles. You can also get little pocket handheld ones. This is for internal and external, so nuts and bolts. This is at $32 on sale, normally $40, but then you also have a coupon, so it brings it down to $30. And you can get these in metric and SAE, and you can get them multiple different sizes. If you deal with just a specific range, then you could just get one plaque. If you needed more, they got more here. They got a wide range, and there's tons of brands out there, just like we were looking at. More affordable ones. Now, I can't say, I would hope to God, since these are thread size checkers, that there wouldn't be any burrs or, really any imperfections on the threaded portions. And all of these seem to have not a whole lot, but a decent amount of reviews that are positive. This has 4.9 stars at 127 ratings. So, it's got your rulers on the side in centimeter and inch, metric and standard for both nuts and bolts. Pretty basic. Seems to be anodized pretty nicely. Just a kind of a handy thing to have around if you're not great at gauging fastener sizes or thread pitches. It'll really help you out. Maybe you don't have the hardware on hand to take it to the store. Maybe you have to, figure it out. These can be handy. Just something I thought was interesting. Thought it was kind of expensive from Stupid Simple Tools. They do have some nice products. I'm not saying that these are going to be as nice. Maybe they are. I don't know. They're a little bit more affordable. So if it's something you're interested in, there are more affordable options. Maybe you're seeing the same ads I was seeing because some of these do get expensive, but there are more affordable options out there. So I just wanted to mention it. I thought it was something that could be handy for a lot of people in any shop or garage. And at a $30 price range, I don't think that's bad. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Next up, we're looking at some heat shrink tubing. And this is a 3-to-1 ratio adhesive lined marine grade set. This is 240 pieces. I have 3 or 4 different sets. I like to have a couple different size options available as well as color options. Like I have this red and black kit here, and I like to use red on wiring that I know are positives and then black on negatives. And then like when I'm wiring in my dash, if I'm doing so, like my Phytech, like this white wire was ignition, then I actually have one bag of that have just a few different colors, yellow, red, blue, green, black, just kind of your off the wall colors, not your standard black and red. And I use that in when I was wiring the Phytech up, because then instead of tearing the wire loom off to see what if I ever have to work on it in the future, it just allows me to know what color that wire is without tearing the sheathing off or trying to look through it. If you're not about all the color coding and stuff and you're just looking for heat shrink, this is a good one. It does have the adhesive on the inside, so when you heat it up and it shrinks down over the wire, it does have that adhesive to seal it. Kind of makes it a little bit more waterproof than just your standard heat shrink. And this one includes a little bit of the larger sizes, which I like to see, and you got some pretty good length here to them as well. There you can see they're 2 inches in length, and then how many you're getting of each. And I think it's a good variety. Adhesive heat shrink 3-to-1 ratio. I think that's a good deal, especially at $15. That's not on sale. You will every once in a while catch it on sale for $13. It's been as low as $13 back in March. Recently, it's been floating around this price range. So it's got a lot of good reviews. It's 4.7 stars, 682 ratings. So let me know your guys' thoughts, or if you guys went with another brand, which ones you went with. Last up, I'm going to quickly show you 3 different hammers. This is the Gearwrench 8-ounce brass hammer with hickory handle. This is at $25.80, a typical price of $30.50. This thing ranges in price a lot. You'll see it as low as $23, but it does float back up to that $30.50 pretty often. But if it's up at the $30.50, give it 2 or 3 days. It's going to be back at the $25. So this isn't like where it says limited time deal. It's not. Well, it is, but it's going to come right back. But this 8-ounce hammer is $25. It is made in the USA for Gearwrench, but Grace USA, I believe, is the original maker. And this is the 8-ounce at $22. So if you're interested in that Gearwrench USA made brass hammer, get it from Grace, save a few dollars. That's not on sale either. This one will drop down to $20 on sale. 4.7 stars, 175 ratings, same exact thing. I use these for when removing fuel pumps and stuff. Anytime I'm dealing with something that I don't want to create a spark, that's where these brass hammers are really handy. That's why I always keep brass punches on hand as well. Anywhere you want to either not do damage to what you're working on, this being a softer metal, as long as this is softer than what you're working on, it's less likely to do damage to it. Also, non-sparking areas that you don't want to cause an explosion or a fire. But this is the 8-ounce from Grace. Gearwrench does have their 1 pound at $23. So their 1 pound one is cheaper than their 8-ounce one. This typically, or the list price of $38. This has 4.6 stars at 222 ratings. I think $23 is a good price for that 1 pound. In some situations, you're going to find the better deal with Gearwrench. Some of the cases, you're going to find a better deal with Grace. Just make sure to check both. You're going to get the same quality hammer. But I think they're a handy one to have on hand, even if it's just the 8-ounce. That's still good for a lot of different jobs. So definitely a handy tool to have on hand, even if it's something that you're not going to be using all that often. It's better than causing some major damage. So that's it as far as this week's Amazon tool deals. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Once again, all of these will be linked down in the description for you guys, as well as those 2 additional links. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.